Beady-doo, beady-doo-doo. Hello, Internet. It's ya boy, Condor Jez. This is Awful Goodness number 46. We have some fairly important losses to note tonight, and we get to. And technology is bad now, I guess. With me tonight is you know him, you love him, you want to be him, the one, the only, Ebi Canalis.
Hola. Me and my dysfunctional microphone say hi to you.
Okay. And from south of the border, in his little sombrero and his serape, it's Omega Arts.
Hello there.
How we all doing tonight?
I'm doing okay. Today was my mom's birthday and I got to see the trailer for this new movie that an old friend from college did called Irati, based on on a comic book which in turn is based on several Basque legends. So it's been a pretty good day, I guess.
Ooh, well, I saw the trailer too, so maybe we can watch it after the show to avoid strikes.
I don't know if I'll be able to stay up for that long, stay conscious for that long, because it's almost 3 a.m. here already. So.
Of course, right,
Right.
right.
You know, I'm an old
Let's
man. I
be.
need my 8 hours of sleep, or I'll get cranky.
I know you're old man, Canalis. Get off his lawn.
Get off my lawn, you damn dirty apes!
All right, Omega, how's you been?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty great so far.
Uh,
I
your
had
Sunday going good?
I had a German hot dog in the morning, and for the evening I got a bunch of McDonald's food with my family.
Nice.
Ooh, nice. Earlier today I was with a friend out. We went to La Rambla and we got McFlurries from the ice cream. Well, he got a what's called a McColosso, which is like a giant ice cream cone, and I got an Oreo mint flurry from the McDonald's flurry
yeah.
stand.
It's pretty good.
I don't know what a colosso is, but I want to try it.
I just said it's a giant ice cream cone.
I know. I understood the definition. I'm just saying that from an epistemological point of view, I don't know what it is because I have never experienced it. You know what I mean?
All right. So I promised a short show today because of Grandpa Canalis here. So
You can go on without me. It won't be the same. You will probably get bored much earlier, but I know.
yeah. I don't know, Omega. We'll see what we can do. So let's start off with a passing to note. Probably the most notable passing. Okay, go away. Robbie Coltrane, Harry Potter actor, dies at aged 72. And since we're on the BBC news site, I have to use my English voice. Actor Robbie Coltrane, who played Hagrid in the Harry Potter films, has died aged 72. He also appeared in the ITV detective drama Cracker and the James Bond films GoldenEye and The World Is Not Enough. In a statement, his agent Belinda Wright confirmed the actor died in hospital near Falkirk in Scotland. She described Coltrane as a unique talent, adding to his role as Hagrid brought joy to children and adults alike all over the world. For me personally, I shall remember him as an abidingly loyal client, as well as being a wonderful actor. He is forensically intelligent, brilliant, witty, and after 40 years of being proud to be called his agent, I shall miss him. He is survived by his sister Annie Ray, his children Spencer and Alice, and their mother Rona Gemmell. They would like to thank the medical staff at Forth Valley Royal Hospital in Larbert for their care and diplomacy. Coltrane was made an OB in 2000. at the 2006 New Year's Honors List for his services to drama, and he was awarded the BAFTA Scotland Award for outstanding contribution to film in 2011. Harry Potter star Daniel Clare. Uh, I'm having my tongue is so tied up, so I'm kind of tired.
Because
Uh,
you're speaking like a lawyer, me.
Indeed, I am. Harry Potter star Daniel Radcliffe paid tribute to Coltrane in a statement, saying, Robbie was one of the funniest people I've met, and used to keep us laughing constantly as kids on that set. I have especially fond memories of him keeping our spirits up on Prisoner of Azkaban, when we were all hiding from the torrential rain for hours in Hagrid's hut, and he was telling stories and cracking jokes to keep morale up. I feel incredibly lucky that I got to meet and work with him, and very sad that he's passed. He's an incredible actor and a lovely man. Fellow Harry Potter star Emma Watson said, Robbie, if I ever get to be so kind as you were to me on a film set, I promise I'll do it in your name and memory. She paid she paid tribute to Coltrane on Instagram, saying there was no better Hagrid. J.K. Rowling says, I've never known anyone remotely like Robbie again. He was incredible talent and a complete one-off, and I was beyond fortunate to know him, work with him, and laugh my head off with him. I send my love and deepest condolences to his family, above all his children. And then he got a shout out from Stephen Fry. Actor Stephen Fry, who appeared
Mhm.
alongside Coltrane in Al Fresco, tweeted, Such depth, power, and talent. Funny enough to cause helpless hiccups and honking as we made our first TV show Al Fresco. Farewell, old fellow. He'll be so dreadfully missed. Oh boy. Fellow Al Fresco Fellow Al Fresco Hugh Laurie, who also starred alongside Coltrane and Blackadder, recalled their time spent sharing car rides between Manchester and London. I don't think I've ever laughed or learned so much in my life, he tweeted. Then got shout out from Blackadder star Tony Robinson, Scotland's First Minister Nicola Sturgeon, see, official James Bond Twitter account called him an exceptional actor,
Yeah,
and
because he was Sukov. He played Sukov in various James Bond movies. That's actually how I first noticed him in the
yeah.
That is
90s.
true.
Yeah.
Mhm. My first experience with Robbie Coltrane was as Hagrid, but then I also um encountered him in the movie Nuns on the Run with Eric Idle.
Oh yeah. I remember him especially because he starred in the adaptation of the. I don't think it was a 2000 AD comic book, but it was Bogeyman. I don't know if you guys know about that comic because it's kind of obscure.
No.
It's a short one. I remember buying it at a local mall at the bookstore section. I didn't even know it existed, but it was like a dark comedy written by Alan Grant, the creator of
Mhm.
Judge Dredd and writer of Lobo, about this crazy guy who's a dead ringer for Humphrey Bogart and who
Okay.
who is completely insane and thinks he is Humphrey Bogart. So he just escapes the madhouse and he convinces himself that he's living in some kind of noir detective story and he just wreaks havoc wherever he goes. So, Robbie Coltrane is not a dead ringer for Humphrey Bogart, but, he's Robbie fucking Coltrane. He was pretty good in it.
What's it called?
Bogeyman.
Boogeyman. Okay, I
Yeah,
should.
Bogey. It's
Okay.
like a play on words because Humphrey Bogart. Bogey,
Okay, like yeah, so it's like Bogey from Humphrey Bogart
right.
to okay, yeah. Okay.
Mm.
Have to look that up.
It's
Um
same guys as who wrote Al's Baby. I'm sure you're familiar with it, yes.
of course, of course. But of course, a lovely well, before we get into that, I have to say um my thought sisters, dumb little thought friends used to call me Haggard in high school because I had long hair. And of course, my hair is like very curly. And
Well, but
so,
I guess, yeah, I guess she was doing it with a mean intention, but Hagrid was a. I'm not a fan of Harry Potter, but he always sounded like a pretty cool guy.
So let me understand this, Jess. You were called El Peluca.
El
Well,
Peluga.
El Peluca Sape.
yeah, my fat sister's little fat friends were English, so they just called me Hagrid. They didn't know anything about they're not, as I said, they're little fat friends who probably don't know who El Bananero is.
And this is why they are worse people than you.
Mm-hmm. But yes, maybe you can call me El Peluca now. I don't care. My hair, and yes, my hair is still fluffy. Shorter, but still fluffy. Which
It looks
reminds me, I have
pretty
to get it.
adorable.
Which reminds me, is I need a haircut soon.
I've seen it myself, and I gotta say it's pretty adorable.
Indeed, because I need to get it to like. Uh, I don't know. I'm still debating if I want to still keep it long or cut it short because there's gonna be like a anime convention next weekend, I think, and I'm debating whether I want to go as El Mariachi or Snake Plissken. But
Oh,
ladies and gentlemen, like we learned with that Kim Jung Gi, people have to come out and piss on the fucking grave, and you would not believe.
they also pissed on King Jung-gi's grave.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
the
Remember
he
remember
was,
last
yeah,
with the
I know
AI
he
bot.
died, but what did he ever do to piss anyone off? He was just like a muralist.
he was
No, it
better
was
than the
it was
average
the
Aquarian.
AI. But yeah, as I said, such a nice guy like Hagrid. Someone's got to come along and piss on the fucking grave, and it's our usual suspects from Data Racer at DataRacer117 on the tweeter. Let awful goodness back on, Pajeets. Unsuspend our account.
We did nothing wrong, and you fucking know it. All the while keeping actual violent sociopaths in your social media network.
They get a free
Indeed,
pass because
indeed.
they're on the right side of history, according to them.
I mean, look at these motherfuckers.
Yep.
Let's read some of it. Well, probably better not to, but if anyone cares to read any of those tweets, you will realize who's the actual violent psychopath here.
Mm-hmm. Trans activists, aka the Troons, they're at it again, are celebrating the death of Robbie Coltrane because he supported J.K. Rowling, calling Haggard a transphobic bigot that should rest in piss. These people are vile. Let's take a look, shall we? Burn in hell, Robbie! I'll be sad about Robbie Coltrane dying, but he defended a turf, so rest in piss, bozo. Robbie Coltrane, aka Haggard, has apparently died. The main thing I remember him for was his full-throated support of J.K. Rowling's turfiness. Rotten hell, bitch. Let's see. Don't let Robbie Coltrane's death make you forget he was transphobic and supported J.K. Rowling.
I mean,
Friendly
after reading
reminder
this,
that Hagrid's actor Robbie Coltrane sided with Rowling when the rest of the cast condemned her turf shit.
shit, how could one not be transphobic? You
Actually, I
tell
found
me.
that out that how people are not gonna, get more angry towards the trans community or lose some sympathy for them with this kind of comments.
There's such a thing as being the bigger man, you know?
Mhm.
Like I remember when Ron Silver died. You guys remember Ron Silver, the bad guy from Time Cop?
No.
Oh come on, he was like a character, American character actor. Like I don't know, he looked kind of like me actually. I
I,
think I look like Ron Silver looks like some of those face up things that you do just when you put my face on other
oh
people's.
yeah, I
That
I
is
think so. I
that's how
think
he looked
so.
like. Well, the thing is, he died, and this was years ago, back in the Fotolog days. And I remember saying, well, I'm not a Republican. I wasn't a Republican back in the day. I was still a filthy Democrat, like Democrat sympathizer, because I'm still Spanish. Okay, but I remember saying, well, I don't agree with this guy. I know, like, we had like probably diametrically opposed opinions on, like, I don't know, the Iraq war and all that, and then terrorism and whatnot. But he was still a pretty good damn actor, and I feel sad that he passed away. And R.I.P. Ron, you were fucking great at what you did. These motherfuckers, like, they have no soul. Like, why can't you just like be the bigger man, pun intended, and you go like, so this guy probably hated me, but I don't hate him. I admired him. I admired him for what he did, like, because he was really good as a straight. Like, I don't know. I admire many artists that personally hate me, like, Dave Johnson. I'm not gonna say that Dave Johnson is a shit artist, or like born in hell. Dave Johnson, like, okay, Dave Johnson died. I was like, well, it fucking sucks because he was a pretty good actor, a pretty good artist. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
People are fucking
You-
vile, man.
Yeah, and I remember these little guys, these people like them, they would call me transphobic
Mm-hmm.
despite being trans. And you know what? Just
Because
reading
you didn't
these,
do things their way. You didn't
yeah.
bend the knee. You didn't become a good little fucking slave to them, which is what they want.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I was talking with this one of these weirdos for his anti-comics with this Andrew Farago fucker. And he was saying, the usual bullshit. Oh, comics gate is full of white supremacists, of Yazis, transphobes, anti-Semites. The usual bullshit. I told him, dude, you're retarded of what? We have shit ton of people who are Jewish, who are not white, who have
Though
different.
I think like kind of like probably 1/3 of CG is white. The rest is like really,
Mhm.
really diverse.
Yeah, exactly.
Basically.
Only the most prominent figures in comics, like, for example, like Ethan, Shane, and all these guys are white.
Well, that's until Eric July came along.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
And even so, many of the guys who are in comics, for example, Shane Davis is not married to a white woman. Yancy is an Asian
Yeah,
woman.
this is a Chinese one.
Yeah, isn't Yancy like Chinese?
It's what is the name of this art place? No, it's not
Oh,
Taiwan.
she's Singaporean,
Yeah,
Oh,
Singapore.
but she's ethnically Chinese.
Yeah, for
well,
example,
ethnically it should be called Han. I think the Chinese ethnicity is Han because I'm smart like that. But please continue.
Yeah, the Han Chinese.
the wife of Mike Baron is Asian.
I mean, Zack doesn't have a single white child.
Oh yeah, all
Like, all of his children are like crazy diverse. His family is like a fucking Benetton ad.
yeah, he
No,
probably banged every single woman in the world.
actually one kid is Muslim, one kid is Jewish, and the other is Christian.
One is Puerto Rican, I remember.
Huh.
Mexican, I think. I think he's got like a teenage
No,
son. Like, he's
no,
probably like
who's
20. I don't know.
there's some I forgot who it was, but there's one guy. His wife is Mexican or
Mm,
Yeah,
Hispanic.
man. It's everything is absurd. They don't believe what they say. Look, they
Yeah,
they don't really hate Robbie Coltrane. We're just talking about mentally ill people who are really angry at themselves. They're angry at their lives. They're angry at the world, and
they're
they're just
angry. They
waiting.
cut their dicks off or
Sure,
their
among,
tits.
among among other things. Among other things, I keep quoting that Chloe Handler creature. Chloe Handler hates me with a passion, and it doesn't even know me. And I'm gonna say it because fuck you, Chloe. But it doesn't even know me. He never spoke to me. He just like fucking hates me right off the bat.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just gonna come out and say it. I know for a fact that Chad Loader probably definitely nuked Awful Goodness because he's a petty little bitch who thinks that anything with your face is automatically you. With your
They
face and name
fucking
is
they
automatically
fucking
you.
hate me, but they just think they hate me. You have to know someone to hate him. It's a personal thing. It's a personal relationship. These motherfuckers don't hate you. They hate themselves. They're just waiting for the uh, allotted scapegoat of the week to hate on.
Yeah,
They just like they're ready to pounce. You know, they're just ready to pounce. They just need a target.
they need their like anger chip updated, their
Yeah.
outrage chip updated, like
They
the
live.
NPC meme.
Yeah, yeah. They live to hate and they live to destroy. That's all they do. So we have Hero on the chat saying they are mentally ill, and it is a mental illness. It's just that they project their insecurities onto others, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. They will say things about you that that are true about themselves. I
Yeah.
remember these troons will come up with crazy stories about me, like I'm in some kind of far right Christian religious sect called the Soldiers of Jesus, and actually Google them. It's just a bunch of kids singing like Christian rock. But for some reason, they came up with the story that I'm in that sect. Nigga, I'm not even baptized. What the fuck are you talking about? How did you come up with that? You're fucking insane.
You're like mostly agnostic, but you also follow like some Eastern philosophies.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know, spiritual. I just think that there are like wise advices to follow in like Buddhism and Taoism and shit. But I'm not really a religious person. Like I would really like to believe that there's an afterlife because I don't want to die and become fodder. But I'm not Christian. I don't think I could be in like in one just in one religion. Like I'm gonna say this fucking crazy. That's what they are.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much into yeah, I'm in pretty Hero says I'm pretty much indifferent to religion. I'm I'm I follow more the Hinduism.
Yeah, Hinduism is cool too.
Well, well, I am Hindu, but I've kind of lapsed because burgers are tasty, okay? Don't shoot me. I'm probably going to get a little bit of bad karma for that, but Lord Shiva, please. I'm
Here,
trying so hard, but cow meat is too damn tasty.
here I'm gonna let you on a little secret about myself. Whenever I'm gonna eat something that's made of meat, I mentally apologize to the animal.
Right.
That's the kind of person I am.
Mhm. No, you should be thanking the
Yeah,
animal
I actually do
for
both. Like,
giving their life to
yeah, yeah.
nourish yours.
You know where I learned that from? I learned that from Avatar when they're like they kill that panther wolf thing, and they're like, I'm sorry, man, but we gotta eat.
I haven't seen Avatar because it's too
It's
long.
yeah, it lasts like forever, and it's an okay movie. It's visually stunning, story wise, it's okay. But there's like that scene that it shows like how the Navi, the aliens, live in harmony with the planet, and they have to like kill one of these creatures to like feed, and they just like slit his throat while saying I'm sorry, man, like something like sorry, brother, or something like that. I thought that was that's a nice idea. It's like
Right. Hero says that the reason that I'm a universalist is because I believe everyone who believes differently from me is going to heaven anyways. Right.
that's a good way of
Which
looking at it.
and then I'm also whenever I hear an atheist mouth off, I always remember a joke from Dane Cook of all people about how an atheist says that when he dies he's going into ground and going to be a tree, but then Dane Cook is like, "Well, I hope when you become a tree, they chop you down and they turn you into paper and they print a Bible on you." Okay. Continuing the well, Robbie Coltrane is the more impactful death, but this death we're going to talk about now is more of I told you so.
I fucking told us so. I'm assuming, just to finish the whole Coltrane thing, I'm assuming
Yep.
Coltrane died of a sudden heart attack.
I don't know. I looked through the article and it didn't give like a cause of death, so he probably had like a brief illness.
I mean, he was a pretty chunky guy, and he was in his 70s, so it's not too
Yeah,
surprising.
so we don't know. All right. Doug Brignerol, 1960 to 2022, RIP. Doug sacrificed his life in order to send the world an important message. Do not vaccinate. It's not worth it. It could cost you your life.
Are we gonna get another
Written
strike for
by
this?
Stephen Kirch.
I'm just saying, like, are we spreading? And we're just gonna say we don't necessarily agree with this guy.
We
YouTube don't
don't we
strike
don't
us.
necessarily agree. We're just repeating on it.
Yeah, we're just reading what they say. That doesn't mean we agree with what he's saying. Okay.
Right. Let's just skip this and just go right into bodybuilder and fitness author Doug Brignerol has passed away at 63 years old. Doug Brignerol enjoyed a career as an amateur bodybuilder before publishing books. He was a pretty fit guy,
I mean,
don't you
look at him. The
think?
motherfucker was in his 60s. Look at his fucking body.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess we'll have to use some euphemisms here. Doug Brignerol, former Mr. America and Mr. Universe winner, author of The Physics of Resistance Exercise, lecturer, educator, and coach, offered his life as a test case for whether the coof skittles are safe or dangerous. The clear conclusion: the coof skittles are slightly effective.
They have an effect on you. Just it's just that it may not be the one that you want necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
Please not have any more challenges like this. So here's the tweet below from Gort Baringa. In other news, Doug Brignerol. So before he passed away, he posted this on Facebook.
God damn it, Doug.
I have enough confidence in the magical fairy dust based on my research to get it done. Those of you who think the magical fairy dust hurts people can use me as a test. If I die, you were right. If I don't die and have no ill effects, you were wrong and should admit, at least to yourselves. Better yet, you should admit that you were misled and tell the world who misled you so other people can benefit by avoiding those fear mongers.
And then he died. Like 1 year later, fucking died. So I don't know. See, I'm gonna go back to what I said about Robbie Coltrane. I'm not gonna celebrate this guy dying, because come on, 62 years old, fit, you just don't die. That doesn't just happen.
Hello, Justin.
What's up, Justin?
Yeah. So, Doug Brignerol,
I think it was pronounced
uh,
Brignole.
he just had a reaction to magical fairy dust, and
Well, we don't know for sure. Like we can't assure that that's what happened. But come on, as I said, 62-year-old guy in the
true,
2020s, fit. It's just
true, and
you just don't
also to recap, the vaccines are safe and effective. They are so safe and effective that the Pfizer guy had gotten sick over like 4 times now, but he still believes, but it's
like
still safe and effective.
just because you put on a vaccine that doesn't avoid infection or sickness or transmission doesn't mean the vaccine doesn't work. Okay, it's 2022. That's how
Yes,
things are now.
but still, to avoid that nasty strike, we still have to say that the vaccines are safe and effective, and without them, people who catch the coof boof would be much worse and even die.
Indeed, indeed, and you know that it's always been like this, right? You know that vaccines have never fully protected you from sickness.
Basically,
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I've
I
read
mean,
about that.
you can still get tetanus, you can still get polio, but it's
Yeah, like
you're not
if
gonna
you
like die immediately.
yeah, if you get the polio vaccine, like when you grow up, your limbs are just slightly twisted and deformed, not like terribly twisted and deformed because you caught the polio.
Or
But
stuck in an iron lung.
yeah, and you just like caught polio, but you caught like a milder version of polio because of the vaccine. So that's what you like should put
Okay.
this thing
Justin
into your
asked,
body.
did you hear did you guys hear kids are having heart attacks and they're blaming exciting video games?
Oh yeah,
What an idiot.
I've heard of climate change as the cause of their sudden sickness, and because they were um in the um uh, what was that?
I, I remember at
The house.
least reading. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, they were in the house all for like 2 years. So that's what they're blaming the heart attacks on.
Yeah, I at least what I've read on Spanish papers, they're kind of more frank about it. They say, well, yeah, it's true that in Basque Country in the past month of July, a lot more people than usual have died, and we really don't know why. We can't pin it on like the heat or like COVID. People are just dying. We don't know why.
It's random death.
It's a thing now. People just drop dead.
Or you tell your kids to not buy less exciting video games.
Just fucking
You know
imagine
that
kids like 14-year-old kids dropping dead of playing Super Mario Bros. Or Tetris, and then they're
yeah.
fucking mess.
No, what's the hot one? What's the uh he recommends turn-based JRPGs. I find those relaxing.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
They're pretty
Final
cool.
Fantasy.
Mm.
Except that you have to
Or
consider
XCOM.
that.
Or maybe
How's it called? That they say
or
that the
what's it?
elves now have to.
Command and Conquer.
No, Command and Conquer is pretty cool too. Or
Oh,
Dune.
sorry, Mega, what were you saying?
Remember that in Dungeons and Dragons now the elves are black.
Like canonically black.
Ah.
As far
Like,
as I know.
but like, so what color are the black elves?
I don't know.
Because black elves, I mean, dark elves were a thing, at least in Warhammer 40k. So if elves are
Yeah.
black, I'm confused.
Me too.
I'm so confused.
All right. What should we do next? Should we do the Twitter? What's going on at Twitter, or the AI?
Mm,
I think I'm gonna drop out because it's already 3 a.m. So I will leave you.
Ah.
All right.
I know,
well-
but it's I'm European and old and fat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'm old and fat. God damn it! Get off my lawn.
All right, Grandpa, go take your aspirin and your Coumadin and your
because it,
I'm gonna put
whatever.
my dentures on a glass of water beside my bed.
Yep.
Yep. All right. See you guys. Well, I hope tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. Just get this
you
mic.
need
Okay.
My
Bye.
thing just yeah. The
All right.
black elves were called. Yep, the black elves were called Drow.
Drow. Well, I call them.
I myself
Druchi.
love playing Drow in D&D.
I call them Druchi, as we call them in like Warhammer fantasy battles. But enough of that. I must sleep now. All right. See you
All
guys.
right. Night Canales.
Um,
Okay, Meg, it's just you and me.
yeah, just something worth mentioning. Have you read the chat?
What?
Have you read the comments in the chat?
Yeah. Let me go back. I am so piss poor because I wasn't expecting to have viewers tonight. All right, so let's go quick. Hero says, I remember those people. They are pathetic in high school and they are pathetic now. True. Even though I was a weird loner kid, I don't take vengeance on my people like on people, normal people like them.
Which, by the way, so this stuff that Hero mentioned is gonna be pointed out in a future statement, a future topic of this stream.
Okay. It doesn't matter if they aren't the people, if they are the same people I went to high school with. The mentality is the same. It's called loser mentality. They hate the actor who played Hagrid. Uh, but the thing is, they are hated and they don't even realize that they are the minority in this world. Okay. Let's see. What's it? Oh, yeah, we did that. I actually remember the stand-up. It was hilarious. The Dane Cook one. Yeah, they say that Hero posits that Robbie Coltrane may have died from diabetes.
Oh yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Did you talk? Yes, we did. We at the beginning of the broadcast. We did talk about Hagrid and how people love to piss on a grave. The act. Oh, he was in Krull. Ah, Canals missed that. Who was who was he?
Let me check. You keep reading chats.
Okay, I think we're all caught up on the chats.
Okay.
Okay, so oh yeah, Justin says he was one of the bandits.
Oh yeah.
All right. Since you know a little bit more about the topic, let's go here. Nope. Sorry, my toolbars popping up. Okay. Enlighten us.
Oh shit.
Who is this person and why are they literally pissing on the floor about Elon Musk?
Okay. Christopher Bosey is a guy that started to gain notoriety after the Amber Heard trial. Well, also during the Amber Heard trial, many suspect or apparently say that he was hired by Amber Heard team to be part of the PR management. Actually, he became famous because he said on a tweet during May that Johnny Depp was gonna lose the case. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so obviously when Johnny Depp won the case, many people were shitting on him, saying, "Oh, look how bad this tweet aged."
And if you look at his picture, I bet you can imagine what defense he was using against those people.
Yeah, and also he has a huge hate boner for everyone involved in the case, like that Umbrella guy, Nick Riquetta, all those figures that have become so popular right now. Actually, I think that's the reason why he hate them, because they became extremely popular because of the Amber Heard trial. And so he's using his software company saying, "Oh no, Nick Riquetta, that Umbrella guy, they have bots in Twitter, they have bots on YouTube, they have to be stopped, they have to be, moderated, etc." Now, uh, when, for example, Nick Riquetta got kicked out of Twitter, he
Yep.
claimed to have, friends in the company, and that he was kind of responsible for the banning of Nick. So obviously, the possibility of losing his contacts on Twitter at the hands of the purchase by Elon Musk scares him. So what do we have here? Can you click on the first tweet first?
Okay. Elon Musk owning Twitter would be a threat to national security. Nah, okay, fine. I'm fucking doing it. Elon Musk owning Twitter will be a threat to national security, massa, and that ain't hyperbole. The DMs alone could be weaponized in countless ways, and the data can be given to anyone at any time. Do you think I'm exaggerating? For example, how many journalists contact their sources via DM? Even if the conversations is eventually taken off platform, the source's name is still known.
So there you have it. They're scared because they know that If Musk gained complete control over Twitter, not only they're gonna lose their most popular platform for cancel people, but also
Yeah.
many of their dirty secrets might be exposed to the entire world.
Mhm.
Because,
Yeah.
Musk is a professional troll, despite being the richest man in the world. And you
Hmm.
can bet if he gains access to all those private DMs, especially from journalists, he's gonna show them to the world.
Yeah. This replies like, Elon wouldn't publish them. He'd monetize them by letting Putin, Orban, etc. have access for the right price.
Yeah, he can also do that, which is a smart business decision.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see any other little. Oh God! If Elon buys Twitter, then the rest of us need to make and then move to another app. Most real journalists, news outlets, politicians will do so. And
Uh,
then, and
I will.
then Melon. What?
I mean, regarding the comment of that asshole, I will leave it when I see it because it's similar to what happened when Trump won the presidential election.
Uh
And he was
huh.
saying, "Oh, I'll move to Canada, move to Canada." They didn't move to Canada.
Yeah.
They will miss this platform because it's practically their drug, their day-to-day drug, because it's free, especially.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Melon had Orion. It's like, hold on, I've heard this before from Trump's following.
There you have it.
And what happened? Truth Social, Getter, Gab, Minds. Well, Gab and Minds blew up.
And now in YouTube, we're having options like Odyssey and Rumble who are gaining also momentum.
Mm-hmm. Anything other juicy? Nope. No. It's
What about the
just
quote tweets?
which one?
The quote tweets from the original post from Posey.
Uh, this one.
Yeah, let's see what they say there.
Let's see. You think I'm Canada shock?
Oh, no joke, no joke.
Beware. This is part of a tweet chain.
The threat? No.
This is why staying on Twitter to fight the power may be really dumb. That people are acting like Twitter is an unclaimed street of monopoly.
Yeah, especially.
SpaceX must go. Here's a blue check mark with the Ukrainian flag. This. I doubt Twitter would be the same. You think it would be?
Well, he has not bought the company already, and Twitter is not exactly the same. You see these people shooting bricks because they are afraid they may lose their platform.
The coping, seething, and molding are beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of coping, seething, and molding, I need to find that, but um which what shall we do next?
What else you have? The AI?
Yep, I have the artist AI image. We're both artists. Let's talk about that. So, artists say AI image generators are copying their style to make thousands of new images, and it's completely out of their control. We did touch on this in the last episode when talking about Kim Jong Gi and how that absolute tard ball made the AI that can copy his work.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk about it from Insider. Greg Rutowski is an artist with a distinctive style. He's known for creating fantasy scenes of dragons and epic battles that fantasy games like Dungeons and Dragons have used. He said it used to be really rare to see a similar style to mine on the internet. Yet, if you search his name on Twitter, you'll see plenty of images in his exact style that he didn't make. Rutkowski has been one of the most popular names in AI art despite never having used the technology himself. People are creating thousands of artworks that look like his just using programs called AI image generators, which use artificial intelligence to create original artwork in minutes or even seconds after a user types in a few words and directions. Rutkowski's name has been used to generate around 93,000 AI images on one image server, Stable Diffusion, making him a far more popular search term than Picasso, Leonardo da Vinci, and Vincent van Gogh in the program. Oh, speaking of Vincent van Gogh, I should find
Oh, yeah,
that.
of course.
Sun. Sun.
Okay, we'll continue. I feel like
Okay.
something happening that I can control. Rutowski, who is based in Poland, told Insider. My name is being used a lot and generated AI image along with the names of other working artists. Scrolling down some more.
Okay, I got it up now. So for example, here's an original Rutkowski, and then here are the AI abominations spawned when you type in "Dragon Battle with a Man at Night" in the style of Greg Rutkowski.
I thought I'm gonna tell you, many will say that the AI is still inferior because you can notice that there are cheap copies,
Mm-hmm.
at least for the trained eye.
Yeah, like this look like you can't even tell this is a guy. And then the dragons look off. AI image generators create images that are unique rather than collages pulled from stock images. A user simply types words describing what they'd like to see, referring to as prompts, into a search bar. It's a bit like searching Google Images, except the results are brand new artworks created using the text in the user's search and instructions. One of the most common prompts is to use the name of an artist to create something mimicking their style. People are pretending to be me, Rutkowski said. I'm very concerned about it. It seems unethical. Then we have Simon Stalenhag, an artist and designer based in Sweden, told Insider that although he isn't against AI generated art in principle, he does take issue with how some people are using the new technology. People are selling prints made by AI that have my name on it in the title, he said. Something like Rusty Robot in a Field in the style of a Storm Salenhag, which is a super aggressive way of using this technology. He's seen people be hostile when they share an AI image in style on social media. People have tagged me and they say they're gonna make me lose my job or something like that. That they're really harsh and aggressive, he said. He believes in AI generators are not in the hands of artists right now. It's in the hands of early adopters of tech. Okay, let's see. So we have OpenAI, which has the DALL-E image generator, and the program has 1.5 million users. So Liz Di Fiore, the president of the Graphic Artists Guild, an organization that supports designers, illustrators, and photographers across the U.S., said the ease which AI can copy styles can cause financial fallout for artists. Artists spend a lot of time throughout their career and make a lot of income on being able to license their image and being sought after specifically for their style, she said. So, if an AI is copying an artist's style and a company can just get an image generated that's similar to popular artist style without actually going to artists to pay for them for that work, that could become an issue. So U.S. copyright laws only protects artists against the reproduction of their actual artworks, not from someone else mimicking their style. Uh, popular AI image generators, which include DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion, have policies in place to prevent consumers from using their products in certain ways. Obviously, prohibits the use of images of celebrities or politicians, and then other ones like filter nudity and gore. Yeah, trying to look for like other uh um examples. But here, Giles Christopher, a London-based commercial photographer specializing in food and drink, uses Dolly and other AI image generators to experiment with portraits and create artificial backgrounds for some of his commercial shots. I've come up with images that you wouldn't question are photographs, he said. Some of the arguments I've had from photographers are that the images are looking too good. Yeah, so here's an example of, I guess, a good AI picture of this old man. He thinks the genie is out of the bottle when it comes to AI and that artists should look for ways to include it into their work. I have friends in the industry who will storm out of the room if I even bring up using AI, he said. But he's keeping an open mind. I'm still on the fence. It's like keeping your enemies close, Christopher said. So, what are your thoughts?
Okay, it's not different from what I say to you on Discord.
Uh-huh.
For start, those who dedicate to make, gore, non-safe for work, or make sometimes no safe for work drawings of celebrities or politicians are safe for the time being because it's then obvious they are not gonna try to mess with the companies. Second, well, I mentioned this the last Sunday because I
Mm-hmm.
have a friend who dedicates to draw, buff ladies, muscular ladies, and he commented that it's very
Snoo
common.
ladies.
Muslim ladies, yeah, and he commented that it's becoming very common in his circle that some artists who before that didn't draw anything good are starting to use this technology more often. But despite of that, uh, the usual, consumer of that kind of art still prefers the one created by humans because they notice, for example, that something is not actually right, that the hands of the characters are not very good drawn, because that's something that you notice in a generated image. They suck at drawing hands, they suck at drawing feet, and these perverts actually love seeing good hands and good feet.
Mm-hmm. Well, um, I only play with AI to just make stupid shit like the logo for the Jeffrey E. Epstein Memorial Shark Sanctuary Island.
Mm.
But I don't know. My current gripe is that I suck at backgrounds, so maybe I might try and see if I could adapt AI just to use my backgrounds for when I finally get Argy the attire off the ground.
Well, in this case, how different will be like for like what mangakas do? Because mangaka sometimes use renderized backgrounds.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah.
creator of GANs use pre-renderized backgrounds all the time.
I mean, it's not a total bad thing, but I guess people still look at you if you can't like draw proper like city background. My problem is like um one, I am admittedly lazy, and two, I just can't I just can't transfer what I see in my head easily to the paper. But if I type in something like uh cyberpunk Basque country
Hmm.
or cyberpunk Bilbao, hopefully that will get me something and I can try to work with it. It's just also trying to make it like um gel with my like foreground drawings. Like I can draw people okay. Still need to work on like hands and stuff, but it's usually background stuff.
You can do the same thing as the creator of Bleach, and eventually he stopped drawing backgrounds.
Maybe. Maybe,
Of
but
course,
as I
people.
said, I just have so much other stuff to do beforehand before I go.
And well, it's the life of the artist. You have to live with.
Yes, the artist's life is nothing but pain and misery, but we get to draw cool pictures. Okay. On that note about art,
You read
um,
the chat of this person
oh
of
yeah,
Justin?
sorry, it's Justin's been saying, "Lol, the AIs are plagiarizing us." Yeah, this is dumb. He has nothing to complain about. Yeah, fuck these people. I don't hear these people complain about blue collar workers losing their jobs to automation and self driving cars.
Yeah, that's true. Absolutely true.
I mean, it's not that you're being replaced, it's just that you need to figure out like how to work with automation and AI. That's the thing. Okay. But yeah, speaking of art on that topic, this one really got my blood a little boiling.
Hmm.
Again from the BBC News. Van Gogh's sunflowers back on display after oil protesters threw soup on it. One of Van Gogh's famous sunflower paintings has been cleaned and is back on display after climate activists threw tins of what appeared to be tomato soup all over it. Oh, thank God. I am a huge Vincent van Gogh fan,
Who doesn't?
and I I will admit that I literally cried at the Doctor Who episode Vincent and the Doctor when they
Oh,
took him to the museum.
such a great
But
episode.
then but spoiler alert, Van Gogh still ends up killing himself.
Yeah, Amy hopes that probably after seeing all his work, he might do even more paintings. And no, he's still Minecraft himself.
Yep. Uh, but I'm glad it wasn't a total loss. London's National Gallery confirmed it is now back in place about 6 hours after the soup incident. Footage showed two people in Just Stop Oil t-shirts opening tins and throwing the contents on the masterpieces before gluing their hands to the wall. Two people were arrested. The gallery said earlier the painting was covered by glass and therefore not damaged. Okay, that's a relief. A statement from the Trafalgar Square venue said, at just after 11 a.m. this morning, two people entered room 43 of the National Gallery. The pair appeared to glue themselves to the wall adjacent to Van Gogh's sunflowers from 1888. They also threw a red substance, what appears to be tomato soup, over the painting. The room was cleared of visitors and police were called. Officers are now on the scene. There's some minor damage to the frame, but the painting is unharmed. The Metropolitan Police said officers were rapidly on the scene at the National Gallery this morning, and after two Just Stop Oil protesters threw a substance over a painting and then glued themselves to a wall. Both have been arrested for criminal damage and aggravating trespass. Officers are now debonding them. Videos of Friday's incident showed a protester shouting, "What's worth more, art or life? Is it worth more than food? Worth more than justice? Are you more concerned about protection of a painting or the protection of our planet and people?" Before I continue, fun fact, Vincent van Gogh used to eat his paint. So I guess you can literally eat art. Okay. She also referenced the cost of living crisis and millions of cold, hungry families who can't even afford to heat a tin of soup. The painting is one of several sunflowers works Van Gogh created in 1888 and 89, five of which are on display in galleries and museums across the world. The artist created them to decorate his house in Arles, France, before a visit from his friend, the artist Paul Gauguin. The gallery describes the sunflower paintings as among Van Gogh's most iconic and best-loved works. The action comes 3 months after members of the same group pasted paper over John Constable's The Haywain in the same gallery.
Okay,
Aliens.
first, it's worth pointing out that at this point, the work of people like Van Gogh more than a work of art, is a gift to humanity. It's something that
Mhm.
inspires people to pretty much be better each day, which is something that it's them obvious these retards didn't get. Second, at this point, I will dare to say that even the paintings of Van Gogh might be more valuable than the lives of these assholes.
Indeed. I mean, if if there was a fire, there was a Van Gogh painting and one of these dipshits glued to the wall, I'm saving the Van Gogh.
Yep.
Even if I have to cut it out of the frame, I'm saving the Van Gogh because mad respect to my crazy ginger Dutchman.
It reminds me of what happened in this movie, The Da Vinci Code, because there's a scene in which the characters are behind one of the paintings of Da Vinci, and the chick, who was named Sophie, wants to rip it with her car keys, and the security guards tell her, "No, no, 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 don't do that, don't do that." And when they drop the painting, the first thing the security guards do is try to stop the painting from falling to the ground, not to stop the two guys who are suspected murderers.
Nice. Justin again says, "Lol, what? I heard about this and thought it was a fake." Oh,
No, it
who
wasn't.
told me? Was it Coca on Discord said that it was like a reproduction or
Uh,
like a print?
I hear that too. I hear another
Yeah,
version that the painting has a special kind of protective layer, so nothing was lost.
yeah, like a layer. Okay, and speaking of Coca, he says, "Did you know that these activists are related to some Rockefeller NGO? Press was there, and the security failed to prevent 2022 classic fabrication shock and value."
Yeah, I hear about it.
Yeah, security. Yep. And then what else he says? There's some controversy around Van Gogh's flowers. Seemed that he produced a lot of them like hamburgers. Some vids about the subject. Okay, well, the way it said in the article was that he just made like a bunch of them for decoration in his room.
Yeah, also we have to remember that Van Gogh was an artist, a starving artist, by the way. So
Yeah.
obviously he wanted to sell those pictures to get some money and obviously pay the bills. So it's not too
hmm
strange to believe that he might painted a lot of them just to sell it.
A literal starving artist.
Yeah, we will
Okay.
starving artist. And
Okay,
the fact
let's
that
do
he
the
was
last.
the
The
fact that
what?
he was ginger doesn't have anything to do with that. Disclaimer.
Yeah. And plus he there's come on, connect the dots. Okay. There is some speculation that Van Gogh might have been riddled with syphilis because he liked them ladies. He liked them nighttime ladies.
Oh yeah,
Yep, you know what I'm talking about. The ones that stand on the corner.
yeah, yeah. We call them taloneras here in Mexico.
hmm Okay. I think this will be the last one because I was thinking about cutting this like a little short.
Yeah, this is
If that's
this
fine with you. Yeah.
is the awful goodness late night show.
Yep. Okay. So, can you help me out because my brain is like usually I'm good at translating this, but my brain is kind of fried today.
Okay, uh, as you know, the old house has become kind of a big deal for different reasons.
Oh yeah.
Aside from the fact that apparently it's a good series, the few things that I have seen are worth watching, but also because it have included an excessive amount of LGBT representation. And of course, the
Mm,
usual suspects, I mean, the retarded SJWs, don't waste their time to point out that the message of the old house was to pretty much help make these people be under the spotlight. So what this idiot, which is a friend of the Mexitron, by what I have researched, say that the old house is
Mm-hmm.
about the marginalized communities that exist and resist outside of the norm, which is the systemic heteronormy, neuronormy, and cisnormy, etc. And obviously, the guy doesn't waste time to sing for his channel, which I never watched because I don't watch retarded YouTube channels.
Okay.
But all our
Okay.
started here.
So, what is this?
This is a thread by a guy who is also a YouTuber and a base. And
Okay.
what I have seen on a recent research by other users, is someone that actually tends to have strikes on his YouTube channel. So he says, I have seen the usual suspects complain about the old house because it puts. Oh, we have a spam in the chat. By the way,
Who's what?
there is someone spamming the chat
Uh.
about sex bot.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, I blocked them.
Bye bye. I
No
like
sex bots.
no
No
sex.
sex bots in our chat.
Yeah, not now, not now. Maybe later. Okay. Here we go. Spoilers
A
about the
sex bot, unless you are secretly Diego Peretti, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, I find that very difficult to believe. I think that he has more important things to do.
Not being loved by me.
Well, that's something that is worth making. I have to admit. So where are we going? Oh yeah, this
Yeah.
book. Oh, it says I have seen the usual suspects complain about the old house because it put a lot of emphasis in the representation of LGBT community. But the thing that it has sense in the history is that since the first episode, it's about treating topics like the weirds must be together. Well, fuck that. There's a series that pretty much has broke the boundaries about school relationships and how we call it, school groups or groups of individuals in society. Maybe you know it, Jess. It was called Daria.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
in Daria, as you know, there were all kind of groups in that series. There were the smart guys, the weird guys, the black guys, the jocks, outcasts like Daria and Jane, etc.
Right.
In one occasion, uh, they interviewed one of the creators of Daria, and they asked him, "Hey, there was this chick. I forgot her name. I think her name was Maria, who was a god chick, a complete outcast." And
Oh
they asked,
yeah, I remember her.
yeah, and they asked him why Daria and Jane, who are also outcasts, didn't hang out with her because weird people must be together. They should resist against the system together. And he says something that is true. No, when we created this series, we tackled real life issues of the real world. In the real world, not all the people, even if they are not like the established norm, hang it together. Pretty much, I guess he based that statement on his personal experience, and it's true.
Yeah.
When I was in high school, I was not exactly on the norm. I had my own group of friends, but we cannot say I got along with everyone. Just because, especially with the weirdos, because there were a shit ton of weirdos in my school, and I didn't get along with them. I say, fuck you. I'm probably not exactly a normie, but I'm not like you.
Yeah, same here. Well, I got along with like some of the like goth kids, but then there are other people, they were like nerds. For some reason, there was this one fat kid from Canada who like really hated me for some reason.
Because you were not for Canada.
Maybe, even though Wisconsin was relatively close to Canada. And of course every year we'd also have like our our group of German exchange students. Like in my school, we had like a some type of program with the school in Germany where we'd send them some uh exchange students, and then they'd send us like a group of uh exchange students from Germany, and they'd hang out for the year.
Yeah.
And usually they kept to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do you want to continue with the thread?
Okay, can you expand it? Following, please?
Sorry. Sorry.
Thank you. Okay, it says the old house is about people who is weird, that doesn't fit in the norms of society and the status quo. And the status quo wants to suppress them because of that. Luz is bullied because of her the stuff that he likes that are not the conventional stuff. And Ida is a criminal for practicing savage magic. Okay, I guess is their version of black magic in the old house.
Mm-hmm.
So they have the same kind of fight in distinct contexts. Um,
Good. Next.
again, is the same point that I made before. For the same, is the same reason why the creator of Daria didn't put the god chick with Dane and Daria, because not because they were outcasts and weirdos means that they should always going to be together.
Yeah, I mean, you can't just lump every weird person together. I mean, yes, you can have like groups of people who are like blended, but usually the goths stay with the goths, the emos stay with the emos. What else?
God
Like
with God.
everyone has yeah, like everyone has like their own little space, even if you're on the outside.
Hmm.
Like you wouldn't see me like interacting with like the Magic the Gathering people because one, I know all about Magic the Gathering, and two, those type of people don't appeal to me.
Okay. Another example that is coming to my mind right now is in Glee. You are familiar with Glee, I suppose.
Uh, I've heard of it, didn't watch it because it's normie trash.
Really, Normie Trash?
I I despise I despise them for ruining the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Okay. Well, uh, shit. Well, in Glee, uh, there is something that is very common about the producer, this Ryan Murphy, is that he kind of self-inserts in every show he makes. And in Glee was not the exception. His self-insert was the gay boy called Kurt Hummel. And around season 5, which I think it was the final season of Glee, they inserted another gay character. And this gay character actually found out to be pretty interesting, very well written, because in season 5, the Glee Club runs out completely of students. There are no more students in the Glee Club. So they try to recruit new ones. And this guy, Kurt, tries to recruit the gay guy. And he goes with the angle, oh, gay guys should stay together. Gay guys like me should be in the Glee Club and all that bullshit. And he says, sorry, dude, but not because we are in the same, segment of the population means that we're going to like the same stuff. He says, I like sports. I like the NFL. I hate Lady Gaga. And he's right.
Yeah, here's another example. Uh Me and Blair White and Buck Angel and all the cool trans people who literally hate the bullshit the trans
Yep.
are putting on.
Yeah, they are the ones who pretty much break the mold. Now, those are the guys who pretty much are resisting the status quo inside the outcasted communities. Okay, what says here?
What's the next one?
I read
Did you
over.
read this one?
I don't know. Let me see.
Okay.
I didn't do it. Okay. That's the reason why the series is so direct in their topics about representation and LGBT characters. Because you cannot make a story about people who are forgotten or hated by society for being different without including the LGBT community. Historically, that will be incorrect. No, because I can make a series or a story in which the LGBT community are the majority and the heteros are the minority.
Yeah, you just reminded me of like there's like a short film somewhere on YouTube called
I
All
was
You Need Is Love with a question mark.
exactly. I was gonna talk about it. Go on.
Oh yeah, so All You Need Is Love is about what if everyone in the world was gay, like
LGBT.
yeah, well the thing was it was gay, and being straight was hated.
Hmm. That's right.
Like, for example, a girl is born to two moms.
Hmm.
I think they explained that, like, maybe there's like a transfer of donor stuff going on. So two moms have a baby girl. She grows up and then she realizes that she's straight because usually she's supposed to fall in love with another girl, but she ends up getting feelings for a boy. And
Hmm.
then all her like friends start hating on her.
Yeah, they keep teasing her, they keep mocking her, and
Then her parents like, and obviously the dad mom gets pissed off that she's not like a normal lesbian
hmm
and fights with like the mom lesbian.
and you want to spoil the ending?
Uh she tries committing suicide.
She
She
tries.
tries Oh, I thought she survived. I guess not. It's been a while since I've seen it. Maybe I have to rewatch it again.
Well, as far as I recall, she pretty much succeeds.
Okay. Well,
Well, I remember that. Maybe I'm wrong because I
eh,
also watched it 6 years ago.
yeah, maybe we need to do like a rewatch after if you got the time.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
fairly short.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Sure. No problem. Okay.
Unless YouTube nuked it because it's not consistent with current year ideology.
Are you kidding me? The dream of YouTube will be that the LGBT community dominates the world.
Yeah, well, I'll try to look it up and see if it's still there. Okay, so
Moving on.
read so continuing with this thread.
Okay. Camila, which is the mother of the main character, Luz Nocera, is so quick in accept her daughter because in this episode we discovered that she was also one of those people who were weird in the school and were bullied when she was a child. She was Latina, probably an immigrant, with different tastes, like in science fiction in the 90s, so she understands her daughter. And not really, because I can tell you I have met guys who grew up in the 90s, like this mom, and they have LGBT kids, and they're complete bastards to that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do you know some examples of the one I provided?
Um. Well, my mom grew up in like the 80s,
Okay.
so I don't know. I can't think of anything in my life.
Mhm. Okay. Or someone that
And
you heard who had a similar example.
let me think. And no, well, actually, going back to my life, I guess my mom was kind of like the popular kid,
Hmm.
and she and me being the firstborn, she was trying to hope that I'd be like her, but I'm just an introverted, socially retarded retard.
Okay. Well,
Well, at least my thought sister made up, but she overextended her thoughtiness. And that's why she has two babies by two different guys.
okay. She had a very big belly.
Hmm.
Okay, let's move. At risk of going back to cause the usual controversy, that was my point in my video about Persona 5. The history is similar to the old house. Rebellion about the people who are alienated by society are rebelled against this society. And it doesn't feel sincere for the lack of LGBT community. No, again, you can be outcasted by society and not necessarily for being an LGBT person.
Right.
Um, in the 80s,
Oh,
for example, as you mentioned, the nerds
hmm,
were the usual outcast.
nerds.
Actually,
Hmm.
if I will dare to say that the nerds were way more respected in the 80s than the LGBT community.
Indeed. Okay, let's see. Let's finish this up and then go through some how many, yeah, two more
Two more.
posts and then
Okay.
let's read some comments.
It says the LGBT people by decades have seen as weird freaks that must be ignored, or we have to be hostile to them. Not so different to the witches, savage, or the students or the problem students in school. Just a different skills, but the nucleum is the same. But it's the same problem in the deep at the end. Um, Not exactly, because if I have learned something from society is that pretty much they like to hate on each other. So you can be an heterosexual person, you can be white, and if you are different to the eyes of another person, they're gonna hate you.
Basically.
Yep. Yeah, and not just because you like someone from the same sex or someone from
Hmm.
a different sex means that people are not gonna hate you.
Right.
Okay, and for last, the old house scream about representation of the LGBT community because it has to do it. Because the topic is the rebellion of the weird and forgotten in la community, and the queer community fits there. And ignored is ignored years of history and political movements. Not really.
Yeah.
You can talk about issues without necessarily talking about the LGBT community because there are many other communities, if you look deep into history, who have also been alienated. Many will
Hmm.
say, what about the black community? They have not been alienated because it's
And
worth
the Asians and the Hispanics,
the Hispanics, the Latinx, the Asians,
the Latinx.
because it's worth pointing something out. As far as I know, black people were enslaved. The same goes for many people in my country in the years of the Spaniards. But I don't recall
Hmm.
the LGBT community being enslaved. I mean, I'm a queer person. You're a queer person. Do you remember those
Yeah.
ideas? I don't.
I don't really like the word queer because I still connotate it with like a slur, but okay.
Okay, not heterosexual.
Yeah, not heterosexual.
Okay, we have
But
something chat by Justin.
yeah, let's read some comments. So there are SGWs in non-English speaking countries. That sucks. Oh yeah. Well, luckily they haven't been too bothersome here yet. I know Argentina is absolutely filled with them. That's why I can't wait. I would love to go in there and do a little trolling, do a little jerking chains.
uh, well, Justin, here in Mexico we have them. As far as I know, that weirdo that we use it right now for the tweets is from Mexico. But the thing here is that Mexico has bigger things to worry about. I mean, we have to worry about the drug cartels, we have to worry about the corruption, the insecurity, the violence. So the shit shows related to the SJWs, it's practically goes unnoticed. Nobody gives a shit about it. If someone gives a shit, it's because they mess probably with an influencer or a political figure. But most of
Hmm.
the time, nobody gives a shit about them. And
Yeah, yeah, here in Peru, our president is. We have another president that's probably going to go to jail. So down with Peter Castle.
no, and also remember, you remember the issue with the compañere.
Oh yeah, the compañeros, compañeros. What happened? Is it tuning? Is it what?
Well, did you hear about the OnlyFans?
No, 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 fucking no way, no way, get out of here.
We didn't hear about that. What's going on with
No
that?
mames, way, no mames.
It was trending topic on Twitter, for God's sake. And you
Way,
are
no
still on Twitter.
mames. I'm not on. I wouldn't know because I'm not on Twitter anymore. Thanks to Chad Posloader.
No,
Fuck
because
you,
that
Chad.
happened last year, and last year you still had your two accounts.
Oh, well, I
So,
didn't. Well, I didn't see it in my trending because my trending is set to Peru, and I was scanning through uh Peruvian shit.
okay, I'm gonna give a little context for the chat, especially because they're interested in the SJWs in my country and other countries in Latin America. The compañera is a chick who went batshit crazy because a classmate in on an online class didn't use her pronouns because she's one of those bitches who love to use inclusive language. And she
Hmm.
became viral. People in Mexico started to make fun of her. Just to give you an insight of how pretty much SJWs are hate in Mexico, this chick was blasted on the internet. Everybody was making fun of her.
I remember the pinata.
Exactly, the piñata was awesome. They make a piñata of her, and she also got extremely fucking triggered about that. And she also started to make a TikTok in which she was teaching individuals how to make a what's it called hand side language.
Sign language.
Exactly that one, but in an
Oh no!
inclusive
Don't
way.
don't tell me she was trying to make like a non-binary sign language.
Yeah, she was trying to teach people how to use inclusive language. In
What
that's
the fuck?
of course TikTok for a reason that I say thank God realized that this was retarded and they banned her because she was saying stuff that was not true. How they got misinformation.
Okay, that banning Campanera girl from TikTok is the one W I will give to the chai coms. Good job. Good job, CCP agent number 543 Wang and CCP agent number 2498 Chong.
Well, and how this weird phenomenon escalated. Well, she opened her OnlyFans, and apparently the OnlyFans was with paywall and all that bullshit. But someone paid for the videos and leaked them online.
Oh,
And
are they really that depressing?
more than depressing, the word that I will use here are disgusting because there
Like
was a video.
worse than Nico Cata Avocado and his fat disgusting ass.
Just to pretty much give you an idea, she made a video in which she was naked and she was exposing her butthole to the public.
Oh.
And also, you can watch her legs and her feet, and you can see that she probably doesn't wash herself.
Uh,
Yep,
look,
not exactly the nicest thing
uh,
to see in your life.
uh, I don't even want to go out and search them. Just hearing about them makes me want to just dunk my head in a vat of industrial bleach.
Many people say that this was like the modern version of Two Girls and a Cup.
Oh.
The problem,
Okay. Just yeah. Justin Ferris says, "Man, Western cartoons are so lame nowadays. Remember how cool they used to be in the 1990s and 2000s? Yeah, yes, we still stand. We here stand the original X-Men cartoon.
oh yeah, and we are gonna get it ruined by these SJWs.
Yeah, X-Men '98. Oh no.
hmm No, and the thing is that back then the creators were not trying to fit a diversity quota. They were more interested in telling a good story because if the story was not good, the show gets canceled and they get out of job.
Right. Like, was the Fat Man and I were watching what were we watching? Oh yeah, we were watching like a video about the real Ghostbusters cartoon
Okay.
and how and like little facts like how they changed like Peter Venkman and from like this fat schlubby guy to like a more fit tone guy, and then they had to like change um the costumes, I guess, because there was like ghostly energy.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember.
Oh, and also there was like I guess there was like a cartoon where a Dickless made an appearance.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been a long time since I've watched that series.
Yeah. What else? That short film reminds me of the strange thing about the Johnsons. It's a short film that made Ari Aster's career. The same guy who directed Hereditary and Midsummer.
Yeah, makes me wonder how they will react if someone make an ongoing series that tackles that topic that the LGBT community are the majority in the world, the heteros are the
Mhm.
minority in the world, and the LGBT community proved to be as douchebag as the heteros. Which, let's face it, they are.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
are.
they would be like a no, 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 that's wrong, racist, it's the phobic.
It's so funny just because we say the truth.
Yeah. Mhm. Let's see. I rewatched season 1 of X-Men animated, and there are lefty messages in there, but it's still good. Yeah, I mean, that was the point. I mean, there was some like considerable lefty messages, but they were done in a way where they were tasteful and not as upfront.
Yeah, they didn't sound preachy. That's the difference.
Yeah. Instead of be like, it's a gay like here's a gay beaver. Love it.
Yeah, this is gay Iceman. If you don't like it, you're a homophobic bigot.
You're homophobe. You're a bigot. Go die in a ditch. Coca, oh Lola, company shouldn't be a topic depressing. Damn straight. Wasn't she banned out of complaints about sign? Yeah, basically
Yeah, TikTok
touched on
banter.
that. Mm, have we ever seen The Strange Thing About the Johnsons? No, I
Name
have
rings a
not.
bell. No.
I might look that up later. Um. So yeah, I guess that's it. Well,
That's it for tonight.
yeah, but also my last little comment on the Owl House. The only how I was aware of its existence was I saw someone made a fan comic where
Yeah.
Luz literally cucked her girlfriend with one of the guy characters and like had a baby.
I also became aware because they were drawing the Latina girl, Luz Noceda, with El Chavo.
Ah, not bad. Like Rule 34 or just like
No, no, no. Very
buddies.
straightforward, very, very nice.
Okay.
Nothing perverted. Just like the usual fan art you see of normal couples.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That makes my world a little less depressing after that actually brightens my spirit after hearing about Companieri girl has an OnlyFans. Full body cringe right there.
No,
That
I know.
is nothing I hope that is nothing I hope not to come across ever in whatever rest of the life I have.
Also, you
Right?
know what I think they use El Chavo in the fan arts?
Yeah.
Because whether they like it or not, the fandom of El Chavo and Chespirito is bigger than the one of the old house.
Oh,
And obviously, they know that starting a fight against that fandom is pretty much suicide.
yeah. Basically.
Yeah, you're fighting against an entire continent.
Yeah. Uh, but anyways, but yeah, uh, we have yet to see the strange thing about the Johnsons. I guess it is on. It's on YouTube. I guess,
No, I'm gonna make a quick search. Strange things.
and then
Yes.
spoil the twist. Okay.
Oh,
Uh,
it's a short.
yeah. Maybe we might take a peek at that after the show, but not on the the channel because we don't want no more no things. And I'm really hoping that we don't get no for speaking about the safe and effective vaccines that are
Well,
totally safe and effective.
that's why
They're like 100% safe and effective. And I urge everyone to go and get as many safe and effective vaccines.
Yep, that's why going to Rumble is pretty much something more and more interesting because according to Rackets, the only thing you cannot do is show porn. Aside from that,
So
you can
that
do
so
the.
that so that excludes I guess no El Benanero Rumble.
No, because what he will be able to broadcast in Omegle.
Oh. God, I love that fucking crazy Shoruga.
He's gonna be absent, I think, next week.
Oh, because he's going on tour. Ah, speaking of going on tour, my rock star friend here in Peru, he's also going on tour because he's in a rock band.
Oh, cool.
So, I spent the day with him, just hanging out before he leaves on Tuesday to go rock out. And I told him if he find anything interesting in Bolivia that I might like to pick it up for me.
Mm. Just
I,
listen
I
to in the chat, by the way.
oh
You read all already? The
oh
last.
yeah, he says that the strange thing about the Johnsons is only like 29 minutes. So if you're willing to hang on, unlike a certain fat Basque guy, maybe we can watch it after the show. So let's wrap this up. And Mega, what are you doing? What are you working on currently?
I'm still doing commissions for of drawings for random people. I'm doing kind of requests from individuals for uh, posing 3D models. And it
Mm.
seems I was talking with this with my mom in the morning. It seems that all this fiasco of Twitter banning me and that later allowing me to return kind of got me a lot of uh, customers in the platform.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah,
Well, I'm still working on getting back my original account. I've learned my lesson not to mess with furries because
yeah,
as dumb as they are, they can be pretty vindictive.
yeah.
Dumb and cringe as they are, pretty vindictive.
Well, this bitch Cocoa Fox is a furry, and I pretty much have dunked her. She's my bitch, actually.
uh, all right. Well, me, I'm just writing down some plots, trying to move some stories from a notebook that got filled with mold before it literally crumbles. And then I'm working, taking care of my little mewish beast
Speaking
because
about,
she puked. Today she puked for some reason. And
speaking
then when
about,
I came and then when I came back from my little trip with my friend, she was acting normal, acting all lovey because she missed me.
oh, weird, a cat that missed her owner. That's weird.
And, well, granted, she is black and she is retarded. Retarded. She has like a IQ of maybe like 7.
Mhm. There's something I
And
want to ask you, I guess, before anything. You mentioned it
mhm.
in one occasion a book called The Art of Osamu Tezuka that you wanted to buy.
Yeah, the art of Osamu Tezuka, because I wanted to see how he would build his characters because I want to kind of adapt some of his tricks to my own.
Ah, okay, because I remember when you mentioned it that that book ringed a bell, and I look into my library to see if I have it. It turns out that
if
I
you
have
if you do you have a scanner?
it. The thing with the book is that it's a very thick book, so
Ah,
scanning is gonna be a pain in the ass.
oof.
Also, uh, I'm gonna be honest with you, I have not finished reading it because
Okay,
the problem is that I got it before I pretty much enter into the work field.
true, true.
But
I feel the same way about my giant. I feel the same way about the giant animation book by Richard Williams, the guy
hmm,
who created Roger Rabbit and all that stuff.
yeah, but about the book, you say that you want it because you want to have a more insight on about his.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, still, if you're interested, the book is more like a biographical book. Okay,
Okay.
it's still worth having, in my opinion, because you get a lot of insight about his life, especially since he was a little kid. That obviously
Yeah.
contributed to the base to create his characters and his stories. And well,
Mm.
one of the most well-known facts about Tezuka is that he implemented the how's it called, the star system.
Yeah, the star system. I know there's like a huge web page about that, but they don't have they only show like kind of like what we have, like little profile pictures of the characters, not like
Mhm.
a full body.
Okay, what you want is small reference sheets of the characters.
Yeah, like I want to, or just maybe like how he did like his base, like the basic character, you know?
Okay. Actually, if that's the case, then I will recommend you another set of books that pretty much are reference sheets of all his characters.
Okay, drop it in the private chat.
Yeah, I
And
got them from Amazon. Actually, they gave me one on Christmas last year.
all right, we'll drop it in the private chat.
Mhm.
Anyways, that's it for the show. We'll see you again next Sunday, or Saturday is this coming Saturday is movie night. Maybe not, because if I can make it, I might go to the big otaku fest down here, now that we can have no passes and no masks. So that's it. See ya.
Bye bye. Adios.